friends, WizD here, welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. Today we are going to be destroying some Legos. Whether it's to make the account better or just being crazy, you tell me in the comments below. You might have already guessed what this is about. So, when moving from early game to mid and end game, you start to ask that question more often as the more shards that you open on your account. If you get a little bit unlucky, instead of getting the powerful champs that you don't have, you start getting copies of the champions that you already have. And with exception of quite a few legendary champions, like we're talking Newt or Acrisia, or like these are the two that come to mind here, there is no point of keeping multiple copies of the same legendary champion. So Plarium introduced maybe a year and a half ago, I don't remember correctly, tell me in the comments below if you do. A solution, their sort of solution, I'm not sure if it's satisfactory for everyone, to use those duplicate legendary champions to enhance your accounts. So we have 3 ways currently in game, and we'll do a practical example by using all 3 on my account today to use those duplicate champions. The first one, and the more straightforward one because there is no loss attached to it, is just put those duplicate legendary champions in your faction guardians. Let's actually go there. Let's talk about them one by one. So faction guardians is per faction from its name. Basically, as you see what I'm doing here, if you have more than one copy from legendary champions, you just put them here to give all of your legendary champions of the same faction, only of the same faction, some increased stats. And this is the first thing that you should consider. Which champions are you using from this faction? Are they getting like benefits from those faction guardian stats or not? Lugan, I used him way back. I don't use him anymore, so a dupe Lugan definitely is not that usable. Baron is starting to slide off meta. Maybe they'll bring him back, I'm not sure. But yeah, and I have 2 copies of Staltus. Why am I not doing this? Yeah, Staltus being the third dupe that I have here brings a question of where this champion is being used. Usually empowerment, and we'll go there and try it maybe on Ultimate Death Knight. I think I'll have a couple of copies of him. For arena champions, it's generally better to have empowered champs if you're using them for arena and you are interested in this than faction guardians or anything else. So I was thinking about using my dupe Logan, for example, but now plus 30 accuracy and resistance on my Staltus, whom I do use in live arena, is actually like better for me. So that's why I'm keeping them here. So faction guardians is the first way to use your dupes. Why is it good and why is it simple? Because you don't lose the champs, you don't lose anything, you just put the champs here and you get benefit from this. What is the second way? The second way, and probably the worst, so that's why, it's actually also here, is this token trader. You can buy a legendary champion by destroying 6 champions basically to get this champ. That's what I might do today. Tomb Lord was good for like some speedruns. I have already 2 Mollies, so I don't need Molly. I have Santa, but I need a Fushan. Why? To make my clan boss team full auto from the start, so I can do quick battles and save myself some time. So I'm thinking about, so I already have 1,000 tokens. I want to get another 2,000, so that's 4 Legos basically destroyed, so that I can get my Fushan here. Will we do this today or not? I'm not sure. Yeah. So that's the second way, and probably it's the worst, because destroying a legendary champion that might become useful, even on like a small chance in the future, to get 500 tokens, this token trader is probably the worst deal of all. So probably we won't do that. Now empowering champions. Let's talk about this now. You see here, first of all, I'm only getting my champions with dupes, which is good. So like, yeah, and we'll have to check per faction. Oh, I already have all of these dupes. Yeah, probably that's not a good thing, but yeah. Best example here, I'm using my UDK a lot in arena, live arena and everything, and I have 2 other copies. Like you see here, it's alerting me that I put them in faction guardians. If I put my 2 copies of UDK to empower my first one, what am I getting here? Let's do this, faction guardians. Let's just remove him from there, whatever. Yeah, just for the sake of our test today, we'll see whether we'll do it or not. I'm just checking the stats. So a plus 2 UDK, if I actually went through and did this, will get 20% more HP and 20% more defense, which is a huge boost. That's a really good boost for a tanky champ like UDK. He won't benefit from attack. Accuracy is good for his fears and his provokes. Resistance is good for him as well. 10 speed is not that useful. We actually want him as slow as possible. So these are the stats that he will get from empowerment, and they are really good. Okay, let's see whether we'll do it actually today or not. As you can see, the only champs that I actually empowered was Lydia with Vizix copies, because I was so frustrated. I pulled 2 copies of Vizix other than the copy that the game already gives you for free. This is the third way you can use your duplicate champions. If I rate them in order, Faction Guardian is the easiest because you're not losing anything. Token Trader and Empowerment are actually the dangerous ones because it's an irreversible destruction of one of your legendary champions. So which champions can we use Token Trader or Empowerment on today? Let's check. Let's go back and check my Faction Guardians here. So for example, here I want to keep the accuracy and resistance on Staltus, so we're not destroying anyone from here. High Elves, for example, here I have 2 copies of Lunathrel. I haven't built either copy of him, and I don't have any other Legos in High Elves that are dupes or that I'm using. I'm getting 10% HP on my High Elves. Which High Elves do I have or do I actually use? Probably only Arbiter, and yeah, giving her 10% HP is not crazy important. Based on what we just said, Lunathrel might be a good candidate for destruction to get my Fushan. Let's check our third faction here. Same thing, Sacred Order. I only have 2 copies of Erol. I haven't built either. And let's see, Lego wise, which Legos do I have here? So I was using Astralon, but not anymore. I'm planning to build Martyr for my Fire Knight team. I'm using Bevald and Venus. So basically, let's say Martyr, Bevald, and Venus. These 3 can use HP and defense, but let's see. So I already have the HP. But yeah, 10% HP is not good enough for me. Like, it will start to get good here, where I can give more accuracy to my Venus. And attack is not important. I'm not using my Astralon, for example, anymore. Let's see, do I have anyone else? Oh, I can actually get 10 speed on... Oh, so I don't want that. Yeah, why I just put him here and then I removed him, because this will mess up my speed for my clan boss team, which I won't need. But yeah, do I have any other dupes that I can use here? Now, let's check another faction. I don't have anyone here, so that's Ogryn Tribes. Whom do I actually use from Ogryn Tribes? Almost no one, so I don't care about keeping this. So this is our second candidate. That Shamrock would be our second candidate for destruction here. I just got my 1000 tokens so far. What about Lizardman? I have a 3rd copy of Draco and Roxam. So probably I can use one of them. Yeah, probably I can use one of them. The accuracy is okay for Draco, so I'm not using him anywhere. I haven't built Roxam, so probably let's say that I can destroy a Roxam here to get my Fushan. Skinwalkers. Skinwalkers, so accuracy and resistance is good on Wukong and Mighty Uku. Both of them I'm using. HP is good for Coronar and for Hakorn. So let's say I'm keeping my Skinwalkers. What about Orcs here? So Orcs, I get another copy of Angar, and then I've got 2 copies of Iron Brago. So let's say if I do that, I'm close to just giving my Orcs 10 more speed. Krila is usable in multiple places, maybe Fire Knight hard even. Iron Brago is really underrated. I'm thinking of rebuilding mine and showcasing him in some areas. So I won't touch my Orcs for now. Demon Spawn, without saying, the Legos there gets used a lot. So I have a 3rd copy of Shazar. And of course, like, resistance on Duchess is important. Accuracy for Lord Shazar and stuff, but I do have an additional copy of Lord Shazar that I might use here. So this is where it gets tricky. Let's remove my UDK. Can I still, let's even remove my first UDK here. So I have 2 copies of, so for example here, so that's a great example. I just removed UDK from my faction guardians, so I haven't missed anything here because I have too many dupes. So I can very confidently now just feed those 2 dupes to my UDK and empower him. That was an easy decision because in this specific case, I didn't lose anything. My faction guardian is already full. So, okay, let's go back. I keep getting out of it. That's our undead. Let's check Dark Elves. Dark Elves, you have Mithrala, you have a couple of good ones there. So you don't want to miss faction guardians that much. I have a 3rd copy of Foley. A +2 Foley can be useful in live arena, but if I ever get to build him. So let's keep our Dark Elves for now. Too many dupes here too. Oh god. Okay, so I have 4 copies of Versaf. That's really unlucky. Okay, 2 copies of Gaius. Whom am I using? Whom am I actually using from Night Revenant to consider whether I should destroy champs from that faction or not? I might do so only because I got so many of them. Oh no, we're not touching Theodore, Calvalax, Ancora, or our Narcissus. No. Keep the dupes there. That's important for arena and other places. That's a good example where, like, for example, if I even get 2 more dupes here, I can boost my Narcissus and Ancora. So, yeah, we're not touching Night Revs. Let's check our dwarves now. I don't have any dwarves to spare. And then Shadowkin. And I also... So, Shadowkin, I'm not using many Shadowkin, am I? So, I can actually use that dupe Yushi. Yushi is also very underrated. Let's just check. Shadowkin, I'm using Ninja. He can use the HP to become tankier in dungeon runs. Mishinaki can use the additional HP boost as well. Yeah. Nobody else much. Let's go back. Lost faction, Sylvan Watchers. Don't think, yeah, I don't have. This is the most recent faction, so of course I don't have any dupes from it. So far we have 3 candidate dupes for destruction to get our Fushan, Lonathrel, Erol, and Shamrock here. And we have Roxam. I would say we're good. Yeah. Let's do it. Good or bad, let's do it. Unbind champions. So... our first token here. Am I sure? I'm not sure. Whatever. Goodbye. Poof. That makes you feel bad, doesn't it? Okay, let's go to Erol now. He is in Faction Guardian. Yes, please remove him. And... okay. That's a one-way thing. If you're thinking about doing the same, be very sure, do your due diligence like what we did here, just to make sure that you don't need any of these. 3rd copy of Roxam. Yep. We still need 1 more. That's Shamrock, isn't it? Okay. So if we go to... yep, here is our dupe Shamrock. Let's remove them both. I'm not sure. He's okay. You can use him. But yeah. What about this one? Okay. Last one. Did we actually oversell it here? Yeah, no, we have 3,000. We're good. Okay. So let's go to the token trader, get our Fushan. The other good thing is that if you notice here, I have, if I can find it, yeah, here it is. Our 3-star Fushans that will go on him once I build him. So this was my thought process of how and whether you should destroy legendary champions to empower your champions or to get a champ that you really need from Token Trader. It's only 6 champs, so just consider whether you want one of them or not. If you disagree with anything I've said in this video, please mention it in the comments below and I'm going to highlight it because this is one-way destruction of your legendary champions. So I want everyone who will watch this video to listen to all opinions and make their own mind whether they should do it or not like I did. Thank you for tuning in today. I'll see you next time. Bye.